Welcome to Metaphysical Happy Hour. I am your host, Cassie Clayton. Elba is out. She is on vacation this week, so she will not be joining us. However, I'm just kind of going to jump right in here with this. We're a little bit late starting today just because we had a few technical issues, but we've got two amazing guests with us today. Both of them amazing lifestyle coaches and mindset coaches. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring them on. So first, we're going to bring Chalita in. And Chalita, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on the show. My passion's always been to help and empower people to create the life that they truly desire and essentially be the best that they can possibly be. And I've always had a deep-seated passion to help people, and had always a great interest to understand the underlying motivations behind why we do what we do and how can we live the life that we truly want authentically. So I've had a privilege to work with many, many incredible people and I guess ignite the spark and that passion within them to really live a life full of meaning and purpose.
Awesome. And we are going to dive a little bit more into that. We are a pet-friendly show here. Osiris is making a introduction. But before we go any further in the show, we are going to bring Meaghan on as well. So Meaghan, go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hi there, Cassie. Thank you for having me on the show. So great to be here. So I'm a holistic health and life coach, and I help women really just live a really balanced life that feels the best for them. It makes them feel the most alive in their body. And I approach health holistically because it is way more than just our diet and exercise. Health is also our mental, emotional, spiritual, as well as our physical. So balancing all four of those bodies will really help you to feel your best. And there's also no one size fits all approach when it comes to health. So I really help guide my clients into discovering what feels the best for them, and what being healthy actually means for them.
There you go. Well, all right. I feel like we are going to have this super fun, super awesome discussion tonight. So what would you all do? So first off, I kind of want to talk about because you're both of you want to be able to help people improve their life, their mindset, their well-being, things like that. So kind of let's talk about some of the ways you all integrate that into your everyday life. Chalita, do you want to talk a little bit about that first, or?
Absolutely. And I think for me, definitely was the realization of getting out of my own way. So it's really about doing the work that's required to remove any self-sabotaging beliefs and limiting programs that have been picked up along the journey, and essentially being able to reprogram that to more empowering thoughts, as well as actions that bring me further to what it is that I would like to experience in my life. And through that journey and those learnings, I've been able to help clients as well to essentially understand how manifestation works in terms of manifesting their goals, their dreams, their desires along the soul journey, which at times is not easy. And life brings us many, many challenges, which is all part of life, but it's about how we deal with those challenges to continue to manifest the experiences we want to bring in our life, essentially. So, and there's a whole big topic around that I can continue to talk about. But essentially, manifestation is the alignment of your own energy, of your thoughts and behaviors and patterns to achieve what you want. So it's all about having that high frequency and vibration to match the level of alignment that you're looking to create in your life. And that starts with being mindful of the fears that we have and working through those, and self-talk as well, which is also very important, is the mind chatter that goes on in our mind and how we at times potentially scare ourselves unnecessarily. So it's about being, first of all, consciously aware of how we are at times blocking ourselves to realize a life that we truly want to live.
There you go. There you go. So Meaghan, do you have any thoughts or things you'd like to add, give us a little bit of your perspective on that?
Yeah, I think everything that Chalita said, I agree with her, completely. I think it has a lot to do with really honing in on what your own beliefs are and what your values are. And, once you really understand that, you're able to expand yourself even more, because you're understanding what is holding you back from really achieving what you want. And, that plays so well into manifestation.
Absolutely. So what would you all say? So what would your all's approach be? So when a client comes to you and says, hey, I'm wanting to manifest, or I'm wanting to change something about my life, where is it that you all would start?
So I think, Meaghan, what I'm about to say will really lead into the work that you're doing around working with the body and mind. Essentially, from the manifestation point of view, is firstly asking yourself, what is your dominant vibration? Like, if we're seeking positive energy to come into our life and wanting positive outcomes, then stress or worry or anxiety really does prevent, or those lower vibrational frequencies prevent you from experiencing those positive high vibrations, and really really hard to elevate that to the positivity that you're wanting to achieve in your life. So it's about realizing what vibration you are experiencing right now in your body and working through that. So whether you're feeling stressed or anxious, which is a very common emotion these days, particularly in such a great time of change. So what I do with clients is helping them to acknowledge those fears and feelings first and foremost, and work through that, and embed empowering and healthy daily habits, because it's all about self-care, which, Meaghan, really leads into the incredible work that you're doing with clients.
Yeah, I love what you said about really getting into the fears, because I think, our emotions play a lot into our health. And what I do is I go a lot deeper with my clients into their emotions and how they're feeling. Because like I mentioned, health is way more than your physical health. And, someone might come to me and they might maybe be struggling with weight. And, I really want to lose weight. I really want to lose this 5 to 10 pounds. But that weight that they're holding onto could be emotional weight, and it could not be, just because that they're holding onto that weight because of the diet or the lack of exercise that they're doing. It could be a much deeper root issue or cause there. So what I like to do is to help my client really go deeper and figure out what is actually causing you to hold on to that weight. And a lot of the time it is for protection. It's your body's way of protecting you, from feeling a certain emotion. So emotions really play a lot into your health. And just really getting in touch with your emotions. How in touch with you are, how in touch are you with your own emotions? Are you listening and paying attention to your emotions and how that feels in your body? So I like, just really going deep with the emotions, and then you could reflect back on your emotions and see how that is causing you to take action in your life or lack of action in your life.
Fair enough. As you were talking, I was like, oh, so probably my like midnight. I'm gonna midnight snacks are probably not the best, is what you're saying.
Well, are you snacking at midnight because you're avoiding something?
Usually I can't sleep, so therefore I am up, and therefore it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that, and I'm not great at taking breaks during the day, so I finally realized I'm hungry at that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so okay, so what are some techniques that people can use, like, in their day-to-day lives, that like they can and this is a roundtable discussion, so you all can we can just let the conversation flow. But what are
Mm-hmm.
some things that you would suggest for people to, like, just kind of helpful tips or pointers, or something that they can do to kind of help them in just kind of help manage things on a day-to-day basis?
Chalita, you want to go first?
Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, first of all, it's starting to be aware of the self-talk that goes on in the mind. So, reprogramming that self-talk and stopping all criticism of self and fear-based thoughts. So, and I guess it's being mindful of what you're surrounding yourself, the energies that are surrounding you, and being consciously aware of how to move through that, so that you are surrounded by a positive and empowering environment as you can be. So we're always in control of that, and really just being also mindful, stepping back and asking what can you control in the situation that potentially at times may be stressful. It's about stepping back and really asking yourself, what is within my control here? So as we know, it's never about others, it's about ourselves and what we choose to focus on and the meaning that we give to that particular thought and feeling. So we are in control, and we can change how we feel just by changing what we say to ourselves, even as simply as that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, just being mindful of how, I guess, what we feel about the universe when it comes to manifestation. It's important to ask yourself, is the universe a kind and abundant place or not? Or how do I feel about myself? Am I worthy? Because in terms of manifestation, we don't get what we ask for. We ask what we feel about ourselves. So it's very important to look into and work on self-worthiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, self-worth is a big one, especially in my work. And I think a lot of us think that being worthy is only when you're feeling really good about yourself. But I think that self-worth is also, knowing that you're worthy even when you're going through a really bad time, or, if you've done something that maybe, you're not so proud of yourself. So it's like, in those moments when you're not so proud, are you still thinking highly of yourself, or are you degrading yourself, for making a mistake, or, acting out of behavior, So it's like, are you separating your actions and behaviors and thoughts from who you truly know that you are? Instead of saying like, I'm a bad person for doing so and so, it's more of like, I did something bad, but that's not a part of who I am, and not beating yourself up. And I think that that is what self-worth really is, knowing that you're worthy through it all. As far as practices, and I think that you were kind of touching on this, like speaking good thoughts about yourself. I think affirmations are really, really helpful. I think that anything that we're saying to ourselves throughout the day is an affirmation, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So really noticing what you're saying to yourself throughout the day is going to have a huge impact on how you feel about yourself. And really just making note of those times that you're not saying, that great things about yourself. It's how can you flip the script? How can you say something positive about yourself in those moments? So affirmation is really important, and also meditation. I mean, meditation, I think for some people going through the day, they have a really busy day. There's a lot there's a lot to do. They have kids, a family, they're cooking dinner, they have a work, whatever is going on. And setting aside like 5 to 10 minutes a day for you to just have that space to sit and just allow any thoughts or anything that wants to come up while you're sitting there, just allow them to come through, is gonna strengthen that muscle of allowing you to notice. Like we spoke about with just, going through every day, how can you notice if you're saying something that's not so great about yourself? Giving yourself time to meditate is going to strengthen that muscle so you can notice. So I'd say like meditation and affirmations, 2 really big ones.
Yeah. I'm kind of soaking in what you all are saying a little bit, because I know some people
taking notes.
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of the times I just get so busy with the projects or whatever I'm working on that a lot of the times I just kind of.
And I think just even for simplicity reasons, like I talked about before, everything is energy. It's all about energy, and it's about doing more of what you love, what brings you joy, and doing more of that. And then you'll find just by doing that, your thoughts begin to change, how you talk about or to yourself and how you feel about yourself and others begins to change. And also understanding that we're never stuck, right? So we're always able to change a thought and change where we are. So if we don't like our career, we can change that. We can take steps to do that. If we don't like our body or how we look, we can always change that, right? And if we don't like the relationship we're in, then we can change that too. But that starts always with changing ourselves first and foremost. And I think that's what it's all about. It's about doing what you love. And
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to tack on to that, because I think that goes into a lot about what I speak about with reclaiming your power. And like you said, saying that you have the power to change anything in your life. You hold that, you're in charge of your life. I think that a lot about, reclaiming your power and is just about taking complete ownership of your life and just consciously making those choices that are aligning with your own values, your own goals, your own needs, like not worrying about anyone else, anything that's going on, whether society's telling it to you, your partner, your parents, whatever it may be, like really trusting in your own power and making those choices and decisions to really align those values into your life. And, it involves challenging any beliefs or patterns that may be limiting your potential and, really just embracing your light and dark sides and owning them, like I said before, giving yourself that grace and loving yourself through the really good times and through the really bad times and just owning them.
Yeah. Well, and I think especially with the holidays, at least for us here in actually, I don't know if you all follow the same holiday schedule that we do, since you're from Australia, but I know that especially like around Christmas and like the holidays, like people can kind of, you always kind of have that thought of, yay, it's Christmas time, or yay, it's the holidays. But what about the people who are maybe struggling through the holidays, or maybe they lost someone that they care about, or there's that kind of that feeling of emptiness going on, that what would you I think you all are bringing up some great points. Would you have any any thoughts about, those people who are kind of going through those harder times during with the holidays around the corner?
Mm-hmm. I'll speak to this. So this is interesting that you brought this up because for my boyfriend, the holidays bring, kind of weird feelings and emotions. And that's because he grew up really poor. And, he always saw kids around him getting a lot of presents and, like eating all this food. And his was, just kind of very limited because he didn't have that much money. So around the holidays, we usually go to my parents' house for Christmas. And he had told me the first year that we were together that he's like, I don't know, just Christmas brings up these emotions of like, I just feel sad around Christmas. Like it's never really made me happy. And which was, I've never really heard that before, like of course I've heard it, but I don't think I've ever heard it from someone really close to me. So that was a learning experience for me. And how I just asked him, like, how can I help you? How can I support you while you're going through this? Like, does that mean, if you don't want to decorate for Christmas, or you don't want to, if you don't want to exchange gifts, like what's going to make you feel the most comfortable? And what he said, he was just like, I just think I need to relearn what it feels like to have like good emotions or more comfortable emotions during Christmas. And by him, he said, even just voicing that to me and telling me, it was almost like a weight off his shoulder, because he felt almost guilty carrying those feelings of, sadness around the holidays when everyone's feeling happy. So really just him asking for the support, or for him just voicing the emotions that he told me, and then me just asking him for, how I can support him more. And it's more of just a relearning of how can he, not forget about what happened in the past and not forgetting about those emotions, but just bringing something new and something different. Like Chalita said, like it's about the energy. How can you bring a different energy moving forward? And I think it's definitely, it's something that takes some time, but just allowing yourself to really sit with those emotions if you are feeling heavy emotions, and knowing that it's okay to feel that way. You're definitely not alone. I think just the first part of it is really just owning those emotions.
Yeah, Meaghan, I completely agree with you, and absolutely, it's amazing to be able to share the feelings with those close to you and around you, and use those support networks to be able to express those emotions, so that understanding that you are not those emotions, but you are feeling them, and it's important that they are heard and that they are voiced, because that way you can learn from them and grow from them, which is ultimately what we're here for, and realizing that everything that happens to us and everyone that comes into our life, there's a reason and purpose for that, and made us the person that we are today through those learnings. And I always come back to gratitude, as it instantly brings it back home. It's like, reversing what is working. How can I feel good at this moment, and coming back to what feels good right now, and really just turning those negatives into positives, and those setbacks into opportunities and learnings, and being grateful for who is in your life that is uplifting you and is supporting you. And first and foremost, be grateful for yourself, from being brave to face those fears, those emotions, and those challenging feelings, as we all have them. And being able to grow from that experience.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. So, yeah, no, it's all very good points, and I'm glad you all brought that up, especially because, it's one of the things that I feel like, you know, I hear in kind of like my some of my people here at home, it's like, it's okay to feel, and it's okay to process, and it's okay to like go through what you go through, but like, don't camp out there. Don't stay there. Don't stay in the space. Move through it. You know, because sometimes and maybe you all have experienced this with some of the people that you all have worked with, but it's people can kind of get into a loop of what they're telling themselves, or you know, something happens and they'll just keep running that same loop over and over and over in their head, and then it's kind of that process of how do we shut off that loop or replace that loop with more positive things or more positive thoughts, things like that.
And that takes practice. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. It's about consistency, really, and small steps every day will already be better than no steps, right? So it's about action and intention. Yeah,
absolutely. So, any other thoughts you all want to talk about, or anything that comes to mind that you all would like to bring to the table?
Well, I think we've covered. I mean, I certainly covered a lot from practical tools and techniques that have worked, and it takes practice. And I think, yeah, just picking one thing that works. And for me, it always starts with self-talk, being consciously aware of how you feel and what can you tell yourself to change those self-limiting beliefs step by step every day.
Meaghan, I know that one of the things you go over and you talk about is the different emotional archetypes. Could you tell people a little bit about those?
Yeah. So I created the emotional essence archetypes as a way for you to understand more of like your true emotional identity. So from the moment you're born, your body actually stores like these bundles of emotional information that has been created through each experience that you've had in life. So it's like the way that you react, the habits that you formed from those emotional experiences, the choices that you made, the partners you choose, you know, the friendships, the career, you know, all of that is influenced by your emotional essence. So I created 5 different emotional essence archetypes that are just to show you, it's like more to show you how much your emotions have a huge impact on just who you are today and your overall well-being. So the 5 emotional archetypes are, first we have the dreamer, second's the healer, in no particular order, by the way. Third is the maverick, fourth is survivor, and then the 5th is the warrior. So you can take, I have a quiz on my website and also linked in my Instagram if you'd like to take it to figure out which one you are. But I'll just go through like a just very short summary of each emotional essence archetype, and you can, you know, decide for yourself which one resonates with you. You can have like certain archetypes that you resonate, more than one that you resonate with, which is fine, but usually have one archetype that is the strongest and the most prevalent. So first one for the dreamer. The dreamer is like this mystic woman or man. I just say she because I work with mostly women. So she feels way more connected to the spirit world than her own physical body. And she really likes her alone time. She has a strong sense of self. So she has like this natural confidence to her. And she just has this like really magnetic energy that like draws people to her. The healer is definitely the most sensitive out of all of the archetypes. She thinks very deeply about her actions and whether or not they're impacting others around her. She's just often reaching out her hand, helping others. She's an excellent listener. She's just very open, and she just really needs to feel like she's contributing in a positive way throughout her entire life. The Maverick, she is this free spirit that's just like bursting with this like vivacious energy. She loves new ideas and trying new things, and she is just like this fun, very fun. She's always laughing and loving hard, and she really understands the importance of personal growth and just like wants to spend her life trying to nourish her own soul. The survivor is this very resilient woman who will do just anything in her power just to preserve things that are good in her life, and she will do anything that it takes. So she takes really great pride in her ability just to like move through any storm that comes her way. She's just really independent and has this incredible willpower. And then last we have the warrior, and the warrior is just this go-getter who is constantly taking action to achieve her goals. She is kind of like that, like, get out of my way, I'm going to the front of the line type of girl. And she just has this really great potential to vision and manifest the future that she desires. And she just doesn't wait around for her success to knock on her door. So all 5 of these archetypes, hopefully, you know, when I was going through them, you could resonate with one the strongest. But yeah, so I think really just understanding your emotional essence archetype will help you understand like what has shaped you most up until this point in your life, and you know, who you resonate with the most, whatever archetype you resonate with the most. It kind of just is very you know, telling of the person that you are and the personality that you have based on the emotions that you choose to show more or maybe to hide more. So it's almost kind of, think of it like a like a scale of like, okay, you show this much emotion, you show that much emotion with the different types of emotions, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. And
Yeah.
that's something that people can go and find on your website, correct?
Yes, correct.
Very, very cool. And so with that, so, and is that something you kind of go through with people, like when they come for a session with you, or?
So it's something that is touched upon when we go through our emotions and discussing our emotions, but it's really just, it's more of just something fun that I created for someone to really delve in deeper to their emotions. Because I think for some people, really understanding your emotions is difficult or challenging for some. And I think using the archetypes is just a fun way for people to open up more and to be like, oh, I really do actually resonate with that one. And once they resonate with that one, or their quiz tells them, you know, that they're most like that one, it's easier for me to help them and to figure out like, okay, so, you know, maybe she's resonated with the survivor. So what did something happen in her past to make her, you know, feel like she always needs to take care of herself and she can't depend on others, but she's very independent. So it just like, it helps me, and I think it helps them.
Awesome. Very cool. And while we have a little bit of time as well, like I kind of wanted to let Chalita talk a little bit about some of the things that she does as well, because I find what both of you all do so fascinating. Like, because I since I got the pleasure of helping both of you all put together your sites and things like that, like I was able to see what, the different archetypes that Meaghan has, and then also, the different things that Chalita has to offer as well. So, Chalita, why don't you tell people a little bit about like the emotional release and reset that you do with people?
Yes, so essentially it's around identifying, as Meaghan was talking about, the emotions that we're working with, and also going into understanding where, right to the very core of when those feelings were felt. So it's about going back to childhood and using different techniques and strategies to then reverse those limiting thought patterns and behaviors that were picked up when we were younger, and then carry them, on our journey. And then when we have families, that's how our programs continue there onwards. So it's about firstly helping clients to understand where those potential limiting beliefs are, to provide that awareness, and really to get to the core of where they've started, and then shifting them through different modalities to be able to then reprogram into more empowering thought patterns, if you like. And then we then through practices, we also talk about manifestation strategies again, and the rules of manifestations to be able to bring the life that and the goals that the person wants to bring into their life journey. So it's really about understanding what shifts need to occur from within in order to then raise that vibration and attract those experiences at the level you want to attract. So it's really helping them to understand those, transforming those limiting beliefs and programs, and then creating tangible actions to then enable them to realize those goals faster, if you like, and move through those limiting beliefs much faster, just through hearing that the words that is used towards self as well. So it's really about having that holistic view of what needs to shift and transform in order to bring about the life that is desired, essentially.
Awesome. We have a wave from our friend Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Is watching with us. So thanks for tuning in, Sandra. That's amazing. Y'all both do such amazing work with people. I love that. So we've got, about 5-10 minutes left. Is there anything else you all would like to cover, tell people about? Anything that you all we haven't covered about your services or what you all do that you all would like to take a few minutes to talk about now?
I've got actually a masterclass this coming Sunday on manifestation practices and self-managing stress as part of the manifestation process, whereby I will really hone into how to remove stress and the practical ways around manifesting what you desire. So really putting in actions around that and strategies. And really, I guess what I want to just sort of finish off is the importance of trusting the universe and everything that's unfolding. And at times it may not feel pleasant, but everything is unfolding for our highest good, so for our growth and for our learning. And it's about trying to focus on what you want, being clear on what you want, and then letting go of the outcome and believing that the universe will deliver it. And so it's about as if you're planting a seed in the garden. You plant the seed day by day, doing something that you love, and then trusting that what you would like to come to fruition is already manifesting, understanding that that's already in place. So it's about watering the garden, your own garden, and trusting that that the universe will do its magic. So it's about consistency, like I said, and patience, which is basically, even the self-talk is around what I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly, and it is on its way, or something better is on its way. So without limiting what it is that we want. It's about consistency.
I love that. I was going to mention trusting your intuition, and you went there. Trusting the universe, trusting your intuition. Yeah. And I think also like surrendering to life's mysteries is also, just trusting that, no matter what happens in life or how much you try to plan out life, there's always going to be curveballs thrown at you. And it's not necessarily about the curveballs that are thrown at you, but more about like how you can navigate through those curveballs or challenging times. How much can you flow with life, surrendering? How much can you surrender? And the more you let go and surrender, the less resistance that you'll have, and the easier it will become to just love and enjoy your life.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said.
Absolutely. So, all right. So just really quick, Meaghan, do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Yeah. So I'm mostly on Instagram. It's at Meaghan Moran. It's MEAGHAN .MORAN. The longest way to spell Meaghan. And then my website is morewithmoran.com that the lovely Cassie helped me create. You could contact me on there. You could email me, or I'm always on Instagram.
Awesome. And Chalita, will you let people tell people how they can connect with you?
Yes, so through Instagram at Chalita Tesler, Tesler. So my name's Chalita, CHALITA, Tesler, TESLER, on Instagram, and same with my website that Cassie has helped to create. Amazing work. So chalitatesler.com.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on and joining us, joining me tonight. And I just appreciate you both. I did, as you all were talking, drop your links in the chat for anybody who wants to come and connect with you all later. As always, I'm Cassie Clayton with Stargazers Unite. You can find me at stargazersunite.com or Stargazers Unite across all social media platforms. And that's going to be a wrap for the night. We do have a few more shows before the end of the year, so hopefully we will see everyone next show. But anyway, again, thank you all so much, and you all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.